Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing great today. In today's video, I'm wanting to talk about something that I've just recently experienced, funny enough, yesterday. It has nothing to do with politics in my eyes, but it's just something, like I say, that I've experienced that I feel like I want to talk about, to let out into the universe to see if anyone feels similar or has a similar experience. So yeah, it's kind of like a story time video. I know that a lot of YouTubers do that. Um, so yeah. So I met this guy yesterday for the first time. We had been like talking on the phone and texting, sending each other voice notes. I would say for the past week or under a week. But yesterday we met for the first time, and he is pretty much who I thought he was. We had a good time. We had food. He brought me back to his place. We played PlayStation, which was fun. And yeah, we chatted, and it was a really nice time. It was a bit slightly scary for me because that's the first time I've done that with anyone, but because he lived literally right near where we were meeting, I felt more safer and more confident. The fact that I know that I wasn't going anywhere that I didn't know. So after we basically spend time at his house, we then go to McDonald's, and then we start walking somewhere for some reason. I think before I go home, because I told him that, I want to go home for tea, to not stay out too long and too late. I think we met at 1, so by the time I left, I think it was about gone past 8, so I already had seen him for like 7 hours, and to me, for a first meet, that is actually quite long. So, I did want to be home for a certain time, but we had fun. It was like the main thing. That was that we had fun. Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing good and fine dandy today. In today's video, I wanted to talk about nothing to do with politics, but just something that I've most recently experienced yesterday. And I kind of wanted to let it out into the world to see if anyone can be inspired by this or feel like they're not the only one that's experienced this. So yeah, it's kind of going to be like a story time video. It's going to be my first one, and I know that quite a lot of famous YouTubers do it often, so I thought I'd do it kind of like that, but it's like something that actually happened, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about at the end why I even thought to make this video. So basically, I met with someone for the first time yesterday, and we went out on a date, but it wasn't planned to be a date per se. It was just to me, we'd have some food at this place that we'd agreed on, but then he recommended that we go somewhere else that's like like a nicer place to have food, and he treated me to it. So that's when it kind of turned into a date, and I weren't expecting that, but obviously it was nice. And the day went quite well, and he was pretty much what I expected him to be, so there was no shockingness within his personality. Who he was before I met him, because we had been talking on the phone and texting for around about under a week before we met. So how he was on the phone was very similar to how he was in real life. So there wasn't anything that really surprised me or shocked me about him when I first met him, because I could kind of tell for the most part what his personality is like just from the phone calls. So as the date's going, and obviously we end the date, he then says that he wants me to play PlayStation with him at his house, which I thought was funny. Because one, I'm in no way a gamer. I only ever play Sims, and even then, I go through phases where I don't play Sims. And at the moment, I haven't played Sims in probably a good month or so. And he said it was a shooting game, and I'm just not into shooting games. Not really. I don't really find the patience for them, and because I don't play them often, I'm just not good. But to be nice, and also because at the time I was in a chill mood, I was enjoying his moment and the moment we had together. So at that point, I actually didn't mind if he wanted me to play. So we went to his house and we played PlayStation. I did warn him that I will basically be crap and you'll have to help me because I don't know what is what. I think I've only ever used a PlayStation controller 3 times within my whole life because, like I say, I've just never been there, done that properly. And the friends that I have done that's wanted me to play with them, like I say, it's only been about 2 or 3 times. So, just very out of practice. But he was sweet, and he actually lived right near where we met up, which was Nottingham. He lives quite near the Adams Building, well, right near the Adams Building, which was the college that I studied at. So it made me feel less nervous because I've personally never dated someone and then they've took me to their house. But because where we met was literally right next to where he lives, and because it was right near the college where I was, I knew the surroundings, so I was very comfortable with it. I didn't feel shy or intimidated or nervous at all because I knew where I was. So when we get there, he pretty much wants to play PlayStation straight away, probably after 5 or 10 minutes. So then we play PlayStation for probably a good hour or so. And then we end up getting to know each other better, feeling each other's vibe more, having a connection more. And then he says he's then hungry for McDonald's, which I thought was funny because we'd just eaten not that long ago. But obviously, I was fine with it. So we walked to McDonald's and got chatting a bit more there. He was telling me some of the things in black culture that I didn't know, which was fascinating. And then he was telling me more about himself, which was cool. But then this is where it gets interesting. We start walking up from McDonald's to just basically walking round. And then I bump into one of his mates with him. And then I realised that his mate was also with another girl that I didn't know. But I kept looking at his mate thinking, I know him from somewhere. He looks really familiar. But I couldn't think where. But this guy that is his friend dresses very similar to me, probably a little bit more extreme. So overall, my style is kind of wannabe biker. But then I do have some clothes that are gothic. I do have some clothes that are kippy dippy, earthy colours. I wear a lot of leather a lot. And this guy was wearing a fancy kind of going out top and then a green turtleneck sweater kind of looking thing that was popular in the 90s. But then he was wearing punk jewelry, and he was saying that his style is punk jewelry anyway, but he got talked into wearing more colourful stuff because his friend said he should, which I thought was funny because I've been told that similar thing. And then I find out after talking and walking with both his friends that he's both gay, into alternative look, and he's mixed race, but you can tell when you look at him. So overall, I knew that obviously we had quite a lot in common, being both mixed race, alternative, and gay. So naturally, that was kind of a thing that we bonded over. And then I realised that we had a lot more in common. He's a pagan, and I'm a pagan. I think he says he's interested in witchcraft, and that's what I'm into whenever I do a practice of spirituality. So we got bonding over there, and then I realised that he believes in being an individual thinker when it comes to being a gay individual and just being an individual overall, and that's obviously what my channel and my personality is all about, speaking your mind, even if it's not contingent with any woke or conservative mindsets. So we got talking about all that kind of stuff, and yeah, we really bonded over it, to the point where he himself doesn't personally believe in dinosaurs. And he literally has like a bullet point on his phone about there's so many reasons why there's no such thing as dinosaurs, and he was reading them all to me. I can't remember half of them, but personally I've never really thought about it. But it was just so interesting that he kind of listed it, and the fact that he was so passionate about it, like it's something that he just didn't think about that he was passionate about. So I, as an individual, as a gay individual, have been forced to be categorized by other people, whether it's from straight people saying that I should be more of the stereotypical gay guy and not wear like emo eyeliner when I used to wear emo eyeliner, or wear like punk stuff. But then I've been told by gay guys that I'm like a weirdo because of the way I dress. And I had a feeling, because he is also alternative and gay, that he would have a similar experience. So I kind of like joked around, but then asked him at the same time, have you ever been called a weirdo or a freak by gay guys because you're alternative? And he's like, yep, quite a lot. That's why a lot of my friends are female. And I was like, ah, interesting. Obviously, overall, gay guys do like a female friend, but they normally like a gay pack as well. So the fact that he was like, nah, that's why I prefer girls, because gay guys are like judgmental, I was like, yeah, been there. But funny enough, I have about 2 gay friends, but they're like individuals. So they personally aren't bitchy at all. No, actually, now that I think about it, I've got 3 gay friends, but one of them I've not met because he lives in Wales or something like that. But both of them are quite non-woke as well. So the fact that they're not woke helps. But because they're not in a group together, that's when gay guys tend to get very bitchy, kind of like catty women. So because obviously my group of friends isn't in a group within themselves, I think that's why I've personally been quite lucky. But this particular guy, I think he's dealt with it more than me. But yeah, I thought he was really nice, very chatty. He looks like he would pretty much get on with anyone that doesn't call him a weirdo, kind of thing. So as long as you don't give him hassle, he won't give you hassle. Yeah, and I thought he was dead cool. So I think I'm making this video to basically say, let's not judge people anymore and put each other in a box. I'm not going to deny that gay people and straight people and bi people or whatever people have, sex stereotypes and specific stereotypes that people think that we must follow, but that doesn't mean that we have to follow it all the time, or it doesn't mean that we have to follow it ever. However, if you're a straight man who doesn't love sports and like singing or dancing, do you? If you're a gay guy who doesn't, that's like me, who doesn't like to be babyface, don't like hair, and wears kind of like clean cut, very skinny stuff, do you? I think that's what the message in this video is going to be, and what I want it to be, is that people should just do whatever they want as long as it doesn't hurt themselves or others. Don't stereotype people as much as you can, and don't put people into a box. There, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I tried not to sound judgmental and mean, because I know that obviously it's human nature to put people in a box, but I'm trying to say, try and do it as least amount as you can. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. If you have a similar story, please let me know in the comments down below, or I'll put my Twitter socials down below. If you don't want to text in the comments, let me know on Twitter. I'll also have my other YouTube channel on there where I review albums that I like, and I tell you my favourite songs from that album, and then I give suggestions on who might like this album. So, love you guys.